Hi, in this video we shall learn compound interest, how we will make the formula, also how we can find the use of this, how we can use, okay. Let me, so here already I have written P is principal, N is number of years, I is rate of interest. You can write x small I equal to R by 100 also. I is interest, but here it will be what? It is compound interest, CI, and A equals to amount, that is after certain years. I equal to PANI, that is actually simple interest formula, that also I'll apply. Okay. Actually, what is compound interest? That you have to understand. If you keep some amount in a bank, if you keep it for 1 year, suppose after 1 year you got some interest. In simple interest, only from the main principal money you will get interest, not from the interest you will get interest. But in compound interest, you will get interest from the you will get interest from the principal as well as the interest will also give interest. Okay, actually very easy way you can say बच्चों का भी बच्चा होगा. Okay, from the children's also, the children also will grow and they will also reproduce like that. The money as interest also will reproduce money like that only. So let me show you how it's coming. Suppose you kept 100 rupees, okay, and in a bank, and bank is giving I interest, okay, that is if we use for 1 year we will get interest 100, let me take P, not 100, okay, I'll show it by 100 also later on. If I keep P is principal, it can be some amount for 1 year, so we will get interest is P into 1 into I, because I is the rate of interest, that means PI. So after 1 year, what will be amount here? That is P plus PI, because this is the interest, okay, this is called interest here. Now as I told in the beginning, principal interest together become principal right after 1 year or the period they mention. Again they will calculate from there only interest, because that money also they invest and that money also act as principal. Look, when you are keeping this money, again it's becoming now principal, and this money again for next year, next 1 year it's working, and you are getting interest P plus PI into 1 year into I. So what is the interest here? You are getting P plus PI into I, that means PI plus PI square. So after second year you are getting only, this is also what? Interest. Now see, this is the interest, but this again, this is actually principal. So can I write after second year, what is amount here? Amount is what? Now that is again principal plus the interest gain together, again it's become amount. So here principal is what? P plus PI, that is actually here main principal after 1 year what you got, and here interest you got PI plus PI square. Now let us take together P plus PI, it's 2PI plus PI square. So can I write now P taking common 1 plus 2I plus I square. Now see, here you are getting P into 1 plus 2I plus I whole square. So can I write P taking common 1 plus I whole square? Can I take? Yes. If I can take P into 1 plus I whole square, now how you are getting? You are getting A equals to P into 1 plus I whole square. Okay. Now if I check it for 2 years, you are getting P into 1 plus I whole square, right? But if I take for 3 years, how it will be? For 3 years it will be, if I clean this part, we can show for 3 years it can be 3. So for 3 years it will be 1 plus I whole to the power 3. That means if I take for n years, it will follow same way. A equals to P into 1 plus I whole to the power n. That is actually the formula for yearly calculation. Okay, yearly calculation. Now look here, if bank calculates interest right after 1 year, suppose March is year ending, 31st March they calculated, again next 31st March they will calculate your interest. That way if it is done, so you are getting how much? You are getting that yearly calculation. But it can happen for half yearly also. If it happens for half yearly, look, 1 year will be divided by 2. That means if number of year is n, that will be 2n times, because 1 year is 2, 2 years will be 4, 3 years will be 6, like that. That means n years will be what? 2n years. That means you are getting whole to the power 2n. But here that I, what is I actually rate of interest? But that time I, suppose 4%. So bank will give 4. No, that time they will divide it. Okay? Because period is half. Look, in the class also, if you see the syllabus, what is done in 1 year, if you take half yearly exam, we take 50% of the syllabus, right? Means half. So just like that, can I take 1 plus I by 2? Yes. And then it will be whole to the power 2n. It's for what? Half yearly calculation. Half yearly calculation. Now if you do same way, it will be, if I take quarterly, that means here 1 plus I by 4, because of course the syllabus, if it is take quarterly exam, syllabus will be 1/4, then interest also 1 by 4. Okay, that means I by 4, and the period 1 year is 4 times, that means 4 part. 2 years will be 8 part, that means what? 2 into 4. That means n year will be 4 into n. Am I clear? Okay, so like that you are getting this formula also. What? That is, you are getting for half yearly and for quarterly. For quarterly also you are getting A equal to P into 1 plus I by 4 whole to the power 4n. Now see, you understood this for quarterly. Even if you want, you can do for monthly also. Monthly means what? Monthly means what? A equals to P into 1 plus I, it will be divided by what? 12, because 1 year is 12 months. So of course it will be also 12 in same way, because 1 year is 12 months, that means n year will be 12 n parts. So it will be like that. And now if you do for, it's actually for monthly, and if you try to do for daily calculation, that means we can break it I by 365, because daily the whole interest will be divided by 365 and it will be 365n, right? Now you can calculate like this also if you want for daily, if the bank calculate your interest daily.